Be brave, mom. The words that my 7-year-old said to me the other day, and my heart still just when he said it. So, I've done an episode before on these lessons that we can learn from our kids. And oftentimes, not only when we're trying to teach them lessons, is it often a lesson that we ourselves need to hear, but also our kids can teach us so many lessons. So, I've done another episode on this. I think it was more around having the confidence of a 7-year-old boy. But today I want to talk a little bit, a short and sweet episode as a reminder for myself and a reminder for you. And so if you've listened to my previous episodes, you know that right now I am recovering from facial surgery. We'll say that a couple times fast. Facial surgery. So I'm recording audio only episodes. If you don't know what's going on, go and listen to some other episodes. I just recorded one about what's been going on. So they found melanoma on my face, and I have been recovering from surgery. And as you can imagine, hearing the word cancer, sucker punch, hearing you need to have your face cut into multiple places for anyone, much less as a woman, as a professional speaker, as someone on camera and video and all the things all the time. So it has definitely been a journey. And while I have so much gratitude that we caught it early and it didn't spread, and I know it's going to be a journey of healing, it's still hard. I mean, this month has been so tough from the perspective of not only physically healing, but the mental and emotional side of healing from all of it when it's right on your face. Like, you can't hide it anywhere else on your body. You don't want it, but you can hide it. Like, neck down, essentially, you can hide it. Even in your hair. I mean, unless they have to like shave your hair, right? But right on your face. I feel like this is my husband and I have actually been talking about this is almost like a lesson. Jake and I have talked about like it's almost a lesson to a very humbling of something right on your face. And so that has been really tough because, I haven't wanted to just hide and hibernate all month for multiple reasons. First of all, I love the fall. Like, this is all happening in October where we have so many activities and fun things that we want to be doing. So many school things that have been happening. There's Halloween parties and trick or treating and his like parties at his school, family events. And also, I've shared before, fall was really a busy time for me. I had to move some speaking events, and luckily I've got some that moved to November, some are moving to next year. People have been super flexible, but that has been so hard because I haven't wanted to. Now I've needed to give myself time to heal. I probably overdid it at some points where they wanted me to lay even more, but it to me it was just like, I'm not going to just, as much as I want to just hide and like lay in my bed for the month, I was like, I'm not going to miss out on things. But there have been so many moments where I wanted to hide away because to go out, I have to bandage up my face, and I have, bandages all over or gauze all over so that I don't have, that's better than people seeing like what's underneath all the gauze. It has been so much self-talk before going to an event, and every single time my my instinct is like, "Oh, I don't wanna go to this. I'm just gonna stay home." Like, obviously the first couple weeks I stayed home totally. I haven't gone into stores or anything like that, but we had a family birthday party, and then there was, a couple like fun events that we had, like to go get pumpkins, to go trick or treating. There was at the country club that we do golf with. They had their Halloween party, which was like one of my favorite things. And so my first instinct was like, I don't want to go to those things. I don't want to draw attention. I don't want to walk. Like, if people ask me what's going on, obviously I've shared things. I've shared some pictures, and I started on my social media and things, and people ask me, I'll tell them, but it's just that initial like, oh, and soccer games. Like, my son had his last couple soccer games. It was like all these things that my instinct was like, I'm not gonna go. I don't want to draw attention. I don't want people to like wonder what's going on. But then I really had to talk to myself and go, is it worth missing this? Like, I will say there was one soccer game. So there's two soccer games that were happening this month, and I decided not to go to one of them. And my son scored 3 goals in that game, and I have been like, I'm that soccer mom on the sidelines cheering, excuse me, and yelling, and I've been waiting all season for him to score a goal, and I missed it. I decided to miss it for a couple reasons. First of all, it was only a week after surgery, so I didn't know if I should be out and about, but also it was more like I didn't want to be all bandaged up there. And I started crying when I found out that he scored 3 goals and I missed it. And I said, it's not worth it for me to miss it, only from the perspective of I'm going to feel uncomfortable for a few minutes. And so the following week, I decided to go and I was all bandaged up and I felt really uncomfortable walking up there, but I did it. And I thought, you know what? I'm not willing to miss these moments for a few minutes of feeling uncomfortable. People are going to look at me. They're going to wonder what's going on. They might ask, they might not, and then they're going to move on. And so I have been telling my son about me feeling uncomfortable about some of these things that he's wanted me to go to. And one of the first times was my husband, so Jake was gone one day after school and I needed to go pick up Sawyer from after school care, and to pick him up from after school care I have to go into the gym, and I almost got one of the grandparents to do it. I was just feeling uncomfortable at having to walk in and have all the kids look at me, and so I did it. And I walked in and this little girl looks at me and she says, "Oh, that looks like it hurts. Can I give you a hug?" Oh my gosh, my heart just like, so she gave me a hug, and then another little boy walked up with his arms out and gave me a hug. And that was it. And we walked out, and I told Sawyer, I said, "You know what, Sawyer, I was feeling really nervous about walking in here, and your friends made me feel so much better." And he said, "Yeah, my friends are really nice." Innocent, amazing children. And so I've been talking to him about feeling nervous about certain things. And sometimes I'm like, "Oh, should I even bring it up with him?" But it's created some really good conversations because he's reminded me. He said, "Mom, my friends are really nice. Like they won't care. They'll be nice." And I just feel like that's such an amazing lesson. And there's been a couple times, and I've been more hesitant than others. It's just been more uncomfortable with more people I didn't know or things like that. And I was talking to him about his class party. So he has his class Halloween party, and I volunteered to go. And as it was coming up, I was feeling really nervous because I have to go in his classroom and obviously like interact with the kids and have all these bandages all over my nose and cuts up my forehead. And he said to me, he said, "Mom, be brave. Mom, be brave. My friends are really nice." And I was like, that is I mean, the fact that he can say that, and also it's such a good lesson and a reminder for him too about me opening up and telling him when I'm uncomfortable and him being there to support me. But then also he had earned his table had earned a pajama day. Just his table. They earned a pajama day for the month for, doing good things at the table and all that and listening well. And he was nervous going into school the other day because he was going to be one of the only one. It was just his class, only his table in his class. He's like, "Well, I don't want to walk in pajamas. I'd feel so much better if someone else from my table was walking in at the same time." So we were able to talk about how he was feeling, that it was okay to feel a little nervous, but if he just told people and said, "Hey, we earned a pajama day," I said, most kids are probably going to be jealous, like that you get to be in pajamas all day. And so we talked about it's okay if you feel uncomfortable for the first couple of minutes, but once you get over that, once you do the thing and you're brave for that minute, have that like little moment of courage, then you get to now enjoy your pajamas all day, right? And so it's been really interesting having that conversation. And then he went in his Halloween costume today and he said he was feeling a little nervous. And I said, "Hey, everyone's going to be in Halloween costumes today. Like everyone's going to walk in them." And so I just wanted to share that with you because I was really reflecting. I'm just so proud of him, how he's been supporting me through this, but also then the lessons and conversations that we can open up. And I just wanted to remind you, what is that thing? Maybe yours isn't that you have bandages on your face or something physical, but maybe you're doing something for the first time. Maybe you're trying something for the first time. You're walking into a new room, a new meeting. Maybe you have a new title. Maybe you're presenting something for the first time. Maybe you're trying something for the first time, going on video, getting up in front of a room, walking into a room that you feel like you don't belong in. And just your reminder to just be brave and do it. And like they say, kind of rip that Band-Aid off, because what comes through on the other side is amazing. It's building that courage. It's being proud of yourself. I know after I got through that and I went to those events, not only did I feel so happy that I didn't allow this to have me miss these moments, but I felt proud. And I told Sawyer that I said, I feel really proud of myself for doing that. So be brave, take that step, whatever that looks like for you, and then be proud of yourself for doing it.